It's week 2. We're talking Lions and Bengals and Bears. Oh my. Plus, big penalties in Dallas and big trouble in KC. We've got a Monday night doubleheader for you. It's time to spread them.
The money keep calling my name. Dollar signs make you sing.
Well, week 2 in the NFL did not disappoint. There was drama. So who better to talk to us about drama than soap opera, TV star, and movie star Colin Egglesfield. Colin, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. You know, it's fun to join you from the Bristol airport here in Connecticut. Ashley, you look great as always. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, firstly. I'm wearing my Eagles green blazer because we did do so well.
You did.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for taking time out of your jet-setting schedule to join us to talk a little football today.
Absolutely. Though it's very depressing, you know, with my Chicago Bears. Don't want to talk too much about them, but let's get into it.
I did make some money on that game, I'm not going to lie. I did take the Lions, and they put up over 50 points, 52 points to be exact. Your Bears got 21, so it wasn't a shutout, but that was a lot of points.
Yeah, that was a down-home ass-kicking, if I could use that word. Embarrassing, and it's just I don't know. It's bizarre to see someone who was able to do so well as the offensive coordinator last year, and then just not be able to. I don't know. It just seems like the Bears are like a college team playing against NFL teams. I don't know what it is. It's bizarre. It's hard to explain.
I do think that we have to give them a little bit of credit because the Lions are an incredible team. I've been saying this all along. I mean, last week was not, I think that was the first week hiccup, and their team is so good. I mean, we'll know better next week, but I'm not counting your Bears out yet. Listen, I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs by any means, but I don't think they'll be dead last. I don't think they're going to be dead last in.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's always the Cleveland Browns. So.
Oh man. Oh well. Okay. So. Yeah. Speaking of other teams, Joe Burrow out for 3 months with grade 3 turf toe. I honestly, I'm not going to lie. I did not exactly know how bad turf toe was until I Googled it, and it looked horrifyingly painful, and like it's about when your toe gets completely bent backwards, yeah. It's excruciating, and I mean they need to rename it because it sounds like it's just like maybe like a little sprain or something. I had it. I played college football at Illinois Wesleyan, and we played on a couple of different turf fields, and it is one of the most excruciating things because obviously your big toe, you've got to use it to plant and to accelerate. And when you stretch that thing out, I was hobbling around for a good 2 months, and it's excruciating. So, I mean, the fact that they're saying he's going to be back in about 3 months, hopefully, because it's sad to see this guy. Every year he just is whatever it is. There's some sort of black cloud that follows this poor guy around. But I think the Bengals need to invest in maybe some better O-linemen. But yeah, it's unfortunate to see what's going on with him. I mean, Jake Browning did replace him and ended up getting the win. He pulled it off. But, you know, the next matchup is against Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how Jake Browning's really going to do. It's not the same when you're playing the Jaguars as it is when you're playing Minnesota, which we just saw have an incredible defense. I mean, that was shout out to the Minnesota Vikings defense and also, you know, the Falcons defense, because that was such a low-scoring game. We don't even have to talk about it. It was boring, but it was low. It was all about the D. It was all about that D.
Yeah, well, first off, I don't even know who Jake Browning is. Like, is this guy a rookie?
I didn't either.
Like, where did he come from? Who is this guy?
I actually didn't know anything about him either, but, you know, my producer's shaking his head. He doesn't know either, and he loves football. You know, he did do okay. He held his own. You know, I think the team did better about keeping the morale of wanting to win for him, but how long can that really sustain for? I don't really see it. I don't know. I mean, now it's looking better for the Chiefs, who, you know, my Philadelphia Eagles destroyed, by the way. I mean, support my Eagles green.
Yeah.
I got
No,
this jacket for $10, by the way. I'm very
I
excited.
think that, well, the jacket looks beautiful, of course. But I have to say, I do prefer the Eagles Kelly green to the jade green, I have to say.
I agree.
How about you? What do you
agree
prefer?
with you.
Do you like the Kelly or the
Well,
jade?
so I actually always rock a Cunningham jersey that's split in half with the white and the green, and I prefer Kelly green. I do love this for normal clothes, though, I will say. If I'm trying to be inconspicuous, and just be a subtle nod to myself. Or I do have Eagles underwear that I love to wear as well, because that's like me supporting my own team.
Okay.
I know it.
Well, how about we do
Did you see that when I wore it to the Chiefs after party? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I had to. Okay, so when the Eagles lost the Super Bowl to the Chiefs, I went to the after party because my friend was DJing, and I thought, you know what? It's still an after. It's still, with everybody. I'll hang out with Donna Kelsey, if nonetheless. So I went, but they wouldn't. I wouldn't wear any. I wasn't going to be a jerk and wear Eagles colors. So what I did was I just wore my Eagles underwear, and I kept going, ha ha, ha ha. But
And were they Kelly or were they jade?
they were Kelly. They were Kelly.
Oh, they were
green.
Kelly. Okay. All right. Well,
So it is Kelly
yeah.
green for the win.
I'm gonna have to say,
I-
yeah. But
Praise
I will say, the Chiefs are in trouble. Like, you can't sugarcoat it at all.
0-2.
0-2. What is it? The statistics are that any team starting 0-2 over the past since the dawn of the NFL, they have like a 1% chance of making it to the Super Bowl. Now, I wouldn't count Patrick Mahomes out. However, without a receiving core, I could see maybe the Miami Dolphins maybe sending back what's his face, the wide receiver.
Oh, okay. I was like, where are you
what's his
going
name?
with this with the Miami Dolphins talk?
Yeah,
The wide receiver Tyreek Hill you're talking about?
Tyreek Hill. Yes, I
You're
think
thinking of him.
because the Dolphins are imploding right now, I could see a scenario where Tyreek may be sent back to the Chiefs. I think that's really the thing that may be the catalyst to help the Chiefs get back to where they're at. Because right now they're just they're. And you saw Travis, he had that catch right in his arms, and he was thinking about Taylor and her new album or something, because it went right through his hands for an interception. And then here's the thing. And then
his flowers and his tuxes.
planting his flowers, and then he throws his helmet like a petulant little kid. Like, come on, dude. You're better than that.
I know. I have to say, I think this may be. He keeps saying he has a lot of football left, and he is still pretty young, but I see him playing 1 or 2 more years, and then he's done. He's going to be set up for life anyway once they get married and divorced. I mean, not that I'm saying they're going to get divorced, but I know, hot topic, yeah. But let's be real. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll be married forever and ever and ever. But either way, I mean, they are like icons for our generation. The mix of football and music.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd ever want to date a musician, though, because if you do break up, it's there's going to be a song written about you, and it's not going to be good, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Have you ever dated a musician?
I have not. I have not. I don't know. I have had guys try to pull out like a guitar and start like playing for me, and I just get so awkward in my own skin when I'm watching them do that. Like, even if they're so talented, there's something very uncomfortable for me.
Really?
In that moment, but I do appreciate it.
So would you rather date like a football player and have him tackle you? Would that be like your form of him showing his love and appreciation?
To touch me. It's been a while. Like, every time I go through TSA, by the way, I'm like, ooh, I'm hiding stuff. Go for it. I'm just joking. And then they're like, what? I'm like, it's been a while. I haven't been touched in a while. Sorry, guys. No. I don't know. I wouldn't date either. I'm not into football players. I'm not into athletes as much as everyone thinks I always am. But
really?
Maybe because it's mixing work and pleasure, and I know them on different levels. But no, I've never dated a football player. And I did date a race car driver. I have dated actors. Yes, I've dated actors. Hey, listen, you're in touch with your emotions.
That's right.
And you guys can pretend that you love me. It's like, oh, I love it. I love it. I'm here for that.
Exactly. We have all sorts of scripts that we can rely on for like the sentimentality and the saying the right thing at the right time. So, yeah.
Speaking of scripts, I mean, I'll break away from football for one quick second. I want to hear about you. What are you working on these days?
Well, I am about to go shoot a film up in Washington, and it's all about the world of mini golf. So it's kind of like Caddyshack meets Happy Gilmore, and my character plays the Shooter McGavin character. So this is going to be really exciting and fun. It's called Nick Skylark, Golf Prodigy, and this little kid, he grows up just being this incredible athlete at mini golf, and his mentor gets struck by lightning and ends up in the hospital. So he has to enter this tournament to make enough money to be able to pay for the hospital bills for his mentor. But no, because my character's name is Eagle, and because I'm the best in the world at playing mini golf, there's no way I'm going to let Nick Skylark win the tournament to be able to save his mentor. So it's going to be...
so you're the mean guy?
Well, I wouldn't say mean. I would just say I'm competitive.
You're the Shooter McGavin, but maybe
I'm the Shooter McGavin.
Maybe in the sequel you come back and you're nice. But this does sound like a dream job, if I'm being honest, that you get to play mini golf while shooting at work. Like your day at work is playing golf and just hitting and just putting around.
Yes.
So I'm gonna grab my Odyssey putter and I'm gonna be an extra, just so we're clear. I'm coming.
Okay, I'm gonna grab my Scotty Cameron and I'll meet you on the putt golf course.
Yeah, you'll just see me in the background. There's just gonna be a blonde girl, just hitting clubs because I'm mad that I messed up on, the windmill. Like if the windmill hits it out of the way, I'm just gonna lose my mind. But no, I mean, I love the idea of it, and I think that sounds awesome. And okay, so then speaking of frustrations, I mean, we did talk already a little bit about the Chiefs and the Eagles, but I do want to get into the Giants, the New York Giants. My heart sank for that game. That was such a good match. Listen, as an Eagles fan, I have to give credit where credit is due. Best game of the week, best game of the season so far, and honestly, I'm going to say it, I think it was one of the best games for the whole season. I'm just going to call it right now. Yeah. I got everything I wanted in that game. It was drama. It was exciting. It was penalty flag, penalty flag, penalty flag. I mean, it was incredible. I also loved the kicker, Brandon Aubrey. Like, where did you come from? I mean, I know where you came from. Your wife decided that you should become a professional place kicker instead of a professional pro soccer player. Like, that's crazy to me.
Incredible.
I don't know if you know this story, but so Brandon Aubrey is watching an NFL game with his wife, and he sees a missed field goal. And his wife goes, "You can make that." And he decides to try out and become an NFL kicker, and he ends up making a 64-yard field goal to put the game into overtime. And then I have chills. This is how much I love football, and I don't like either team. So this is incredible right now. What
was he doing though? Was he playing soccer? Was that his?
He was. He was a professional soccer player, and then he went to becoming a professional place kicker, field goal kicker.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
I know, and he's the reason they won in overtime.
That's
MVP,
insane.
Brandon Aubrey, crazy.
Yeah,
even though they didn't win. They did win, but yeah.
Who's the knucklehead on the Giants who had 5 penalties on one drive?
So,
who is this guy?
Oh God, where is it? I have it. James Hudson.
Yes. He literally. Did you see him wind up with an open hand and try to swat?
He smacked
dude,
him.
what are you like?
He was a backup too, so you blew your shot. I mean, you blew it. Let's be real. Who gets 4 penalties in the same run? It was. They said it was 2 false starts, an unnecessary roughness, which was the slap. I mean, Coach Dayball benched him at the end of the drive, but I mean, it was just crazy. There was just so many penalties in that game. It was between that And the storyline of, you know, a soccer player turned kicker. I thought I was watching the replacements for a second, and then I realized, no, I'm watching the Cowboys versus the Giants. And I really wanted the Giants to win, and it really did kind of break my heart a little bit. Even though I did have money and I picked the Cowboys to win, I would much rather see good football and an underdog win. So I was willing to sacrifice that. And in the end, it was the worst for me because I lost my bet because they didn't cover the spread by 1.5 points. I took them at 4.5. So, and they won by the field goal that Aubrey kicked. And I did love watching after the game. They went into the locker room. I love watching the coaches rip them up, and they just said, you know, incredible. Jerry Jones was in there. He was probably very, very, very happy that they finally won one.
Yeah, it was a great game. I would have to say I have Malik Neighbors as my wide receiver on my fantasy team, so he blew it up for me, so that was great. It was great to see Russell Wilson do so well. Obviously, he's been on the hot seat.
Did you have Russell on yours?
I don't have Russell. I have Drake May for the Patriots, who did really well for me this weekend.
He did.
But, you know, obviously Russell, people still, it's weird. Russell, he will be brilliant for like maybe 80, 90% of the game, and then he'll just do something stupid and knuckleheaded where you're just like, and with Jackson Dart.
Oh, like that interception that he threw at the very end? It was just straight to, I was like, oh, were you just trying to throw it straight to the Cowboys? Like, I'm sorry, there was no one even near there. I think he forgot what color jersey was because he's still new, so it's not his fault. I mean, it's only his second big game, but I do agree with you. Russell can be Russell and be this amazing player that he is, and then he can also just blow it in a second. So I don't know. I mean, I am proud of the Giants for how well they played, though. I will give them that. I mean, Russell Wilson still, even though he threw that interception, he had 450 yards. Like, that's crazy. He blew up fantasy football points for everybody. So yeah. But I will say I am excited to see Jackson Dart because he seems like someone who's just kind of like a Patrick Mahomes in the waiting when who was quarterback for the Chiefs? Smith.
Alex Smith, yes. And you just knew that within, you know, just in short order, I think, I would say by midseason, Jackson Dart's going to be starting for the Giants.
I was just going to say, when do you see Jackson Dart starting? So you don't think they'll do it next week? I think Daboll's going to give them one more chance because he said, I'm proud of the way they played. Yeah. I mean, how can you pull Russell after 450 yards? You know, it's crazy. It's crazy stats. So, you know, the other New York team I want to talk about was the Jets. Oh, my God. I don't even know where to begin. Like, it is a train wreck, colossal, just, I mean, it's not a good year for New York football teams, I'll say that, going both 0-2. I think they just need to shut the Jets organization down and, like, rename the organization, put them in a different stadium or something. Oh, my God. They just... I mean, last week they looked pretty good, but, you know, just, I don't know what it is. It's just, it's unfortunate. 30-10 was the final score. I mean, granted, it was the Bills. And I did take them to cover. It was a 6.5-point spread, and they covered it easily by 20. So that was a rough game. You know, somebody that I do want to talk about is Aaron Rodgers with the Steelers, because the Steelers lost to the Seahawks. And I do not believe in Sam Darnold, but Sam Darnold played pretty well. I mean, both the new post-New York Jets, both these players, you know, were with the New York Jets. Obviously, Rodgers for, like a couple minutes in the first game before he got second. Yep. Hot second. Yep. But I don't know that I believe in him anymore. Like, week one, I was like, oh, Aaron Rodgers is back, baby. He's back. And then week two, I'm like, no, he's gone. He's gone. I don't know. I just feel like he'd be a hard guy to play for because it just seems like if you make one little mistake, he gives you that stare as if like it's the principal at school, like you're going to be suspended for throwing like an eraser at the chalkboard or something. Like he just gives you this like icky, arrogant, condescending
vibe where I'm telling you how I really feel right now, Ash.
By the way, Bonnie Haas,
just
my mother agrees with you. She is not an Aaron Rodgers fan, probably because she's also a Bachelor fan, and somehow she's happens to convinced that like his brother was on The Bachelor and she's team brother Rodgers, which I don't watch The Bachelor, so I don't know. But
okay, if you had to choose
between
if you had to choose between Aaron and his brother, who would you choose to date?
I don't know what his brother even looks like. I catch up on The Bachelor when I come home. It's somehow every time I come home, it's always like the season finale of The Bachelor, and literally my mom will say, well, who do you like? Pick one. And I'm like, I think this guy. Oh, you don't know anything. He's horrible. And I'm like, well, I don't know because I've never seen the show, and you just asked me blindly to pick which one. But
I think you're going to need
actually right.
You're going to have Bonnie on this show so you guys can just talk about like
Bonnie actually wanted to come on the show and do it with you today, but unfortunately I do not trust her technology skill level yet, so when I go home tomorrow I'm going to help the woman, and she will be a guest on the show because she is a very opinionated woman from Philadelphia. So
she's also very smart. Give her my best. Tell her I say hi. Give her a hug for me.
I will. So we're not. I agree with you. I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan. I'm not seeing the Steelers continuing on having this epic year that we thought they might after week 1. I think it's going to be hit and miss. I think we're going to see good games from them. I think we're going to see bad games from them. I'm not sold that they're this amazing team. So
I think they're just a patchwork. They're just trying to do their best to salvage whatever they can. I mean, I got to hand it to Mike Tomlinson. I mean, for the guy to have how many consecutive years winning with a winning record, that's not easy to do in the NFL. But the hard part of that is because if you keep consistently winning, you're not going to get a good draft pick, and so then you end up in relegated to the mediocrity in the middle. So it's almost like you got to be crappy to be able to then get like the Josh Allens and the number 1 draft picks like the Bears.
Your Bears could get the your Bears could get the first pick.
God. Yeah.
I know. You know what? I actually have a funny story about this. So I remember being at the Dolphins versus Bengals game, and it was when the Dolphins were trying to tank for Tua, and I was actually with somebody who I will remain nameless, but was trying really hard to hope that they were going to tank. And at the very end, the Dolphins won, and he was furious.
That's right.
Furious. And I just remember thinking, oh gosh, it's one of these things where you hate to watch your team lose, but then to a certain point, you just give up on your season and say, I'd rather you not make the playoffs. Maybe I'd rather you just lose and get a better round draft pick, and let's invest in next year. But it's so not fun for the fans to have to watch your team lose. I mean, we shouldn't even be talking about this week 2, but.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, maybe that's why they need to do like a lottery, like the NBA, where like you can't intentionally tank. But can we talk about a team that has a little bit of a dark horse here, the Indianapolis Colts, with Danny Dimes seeming like, coming out of New York and just starting to like blossom into the quarterback that everyone was hoping he would be. And he's doing great.
I agree with you. I used to call him Danny Nichols when he was in New York. And now, by the way, be careful you don't miss your flight. I'm hearing announcements, so be cautious of the time. We can't have you miss your flight.
I'm good.
Okay.
I got here early just for you.
Oh, I love you so much. You're the best. So I love that we can talk football because this is what I love to do is chat football with my friends. So it's coming so easy.
Bring up a good point about why players suck in New York and then they leave and then they do well. It's a good point because it's just obviously New York. You got a lot of like the Dallas Cowboys. It's a lot of pressure, a lot of eyeballs, a lot of criticism. The media is constantly. No, I just think
it's New York City.
It's New York City. It's
Maybe they're partying. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're not taking themselves too seriously. I will say this: I did once date one athlete, and I know for a fact that they would not behave before games. He was a baseball player, so they would not behave before games. So I think New York City is too tempting. Maybe they need to go somewhere like in the middle of nowhere. Maybe because even Chicago's too cool. They need to go to Indianapolis.
You know, like when you watch yes. You know, like when you watch Green Bay, and when Green Bay is at Lambeau, it just feels like it's an intimate field, it's an intimate stadium. You can tell the whole crowd there is like, it all feels cohesive, and it feels like the fan base is like the 12th player on the field. In New York, it feels like that stadium is so big and gigantic. It doesn't feel like it almost feels like the team is playing in under a microscope, and it almost seems like when the Jets are on the field, it almost seems like that stadium is just too big and too much of a
I get that feeling.
Like
You're
a
right. It doesn't have heart and soul a little.
It doesn't have heart and soul.
No.
And it feels like when the Jets go out, and even when Aaron Rodgers played for the Jets and he came out there, he just looked like this bobble-headed doll in that ugly green color, and it just seemed like almost like a Division III team going to go play Ohio State at Columbus. You know, it was like, it just doesn't feel like they have the support. So I'm going to say, tear down. It's not MetLife Stadium, right? I think it's like the New York.
It is MetLife Stadium.
Is it? Okay. Mm-hmm. Tear it down, rebuild it as like an intimate, old school, maybe like a throwback to like the early 1900s. Yeah, I mean, they need a little more
dark. It is a little. I went for the Eagles game, and that's
it's sterile, right? It's just sterile.
By the way, no one even tried to fight me in my Eagles gear. I was like, come on, we're the vibes. I want to be fought with. Like, Eagles fans are so diehard. I mean, I actually was watching post-game and watching Gronk and Brady, who, by the way, are adorable on camera together. They were just having such good riffs. Brady made fun of Gronk for studying and being on the sidelines writing notes, and it was it was very adorable to watch those two. But I have to say, you know, while watching they couldn't even talk. The announcers post-game couldn't talk because Eagles fans were just chanting, you know, E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles, and just constantly saying, Dallas sucks. Dallas sucks. And that's at the Chiefs. There's like, it's got nothing to do with the Chiefs, but we still hate Dallas, which I gotta say, you know.
Did you ever go to the old, what was it, the Lincoln Financial Stadium in Philly?
Yes.
Yeah. The old stadium.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know if you knew this, but they actually had a court in the basement of the stadium because so many people were getting arrested.
Yeah, we had jail.
A court where so many people were getting arrested on Sundays at the stadium that instead of clogging up the court system, they would just bring them right downstairs.
So it was a good game.
There was a judge, there was a public defendant attorney and prosecuting attorney and all that, and they would try them right there, and then they would kick their ass out of the stadium. I mean, to have a stadium with your own court because your fans are that unruly, that's saying something, right?
I hear you, but I am proud to be a Philadelphian. Listen, Philly is like a brother to me, right? It is the city of brotherly love, but I can make fun of my brother and I can talk trash about my brother, but if anyone else does, we have a problem. That's how I feel about Philadelphia Eagles. And you know what? We are 2-0, baby. 2-0.
Yeah, and
I'll
you
take
guys
that.
have a great, strong fan base. When the Eagles play at your stadium, it has that intimate feel, and that's I just feel like.
That being said, I don't think my team is gonna. I don't see us going all the way to the Super Bowl, which is a chat for later down the road. But we are gonna make playoffs.
You don't think so?
It does make me feel, but I don't know. I think it's an AFC year. I think the AFC is gonna take it, regardless. So, but you do want to talk about.
You don't see Philly in the Super Bowl. Who from the NFC do you think is going to be there?
They could. I think they could. The AFC, I was thinking the Ravens, and I'm thinking, or the Bills. You know, I'm thinking for the AFC. And then for the NFC, I'm thinking.
going Bills. Yeah, but for NFC, you don't think the Eagles?
You're going Bills over Ravens?
Oh, yeah.
For the NFC, could be the Eagles, could be the Lions. You know, I don't know. I don't think the Lions are going to win it. I think it's an AFC year. Packers? You think Packers? I don't think Packers. Well,
you know
Packers
what?
Maybe.
I think
you're all liking Packers.
Yes, I think Packers and Eagles, but I still, Eagles are tough. Eagles.
I mean, Jordan Love is pretty. He's been killing it. He's a good. He's a stud. In fact, actually, I did ask Tiffany Haddish this past weekend, and she thought that he was by far her favorite. So that's
she
a
loves
little
some love.
Insight for coming. Yeah, she loves love, so that's coming in the next couple of episodes. I'm just going to run by tonight. I have a doubleheader game. We have a doubleheader tonight. Monday Night Football. We got the Bucks at Texans. We got the Chargers at Raiders. I ended up taking the Bucks at the Texans. I have them with 2.5 points. And I guess we will see how my predictions do. You think that I'm going to be right?
Man,
that's, make some money?
It's a tough one. I mean, the Bucks at the Texans. Yeah. If it was at Tampa Bay, I would say the Bucks. Texans are tough, but I mean,
I already took them, so I hope you like my bet.
Okay, I think
Bucks
that's
plus 2.5.
That's a reasonable bet. It's Bucks plus 2.
So
is that what it is?
Yeah.
I know it's a tough one.
I know. I didn't like this. I didn't like either doubleheader this week. They're both going to be super easy. I probably will throw some player prop bets in, and I'll also probably do a little over-under because I just went back and forth a lot with the Chargers-Raiders game. So, but I don't want to keep you, Colin, because I know you have a flight, and I can't let you miss it. So I adore you so much.
I apologize for the annoying announcements in the background.
What do you mean? I loved it. It also, the kids screaming in the background, I mean, it reminded me that I can wait a little bit longer to have children, so that's fine.
Me too. Yeah.
I don't have that motherly itch yet. So. But on that note, I do adore you so much, and thank you so much for joining us here at Spread 'em with Newsweek. Colin Egglesfield, thank you.
Thanks, Ashley. It's been great to be here, and good luck with your games tonight. And when you do win, I expect you to take me to dinner.
I will. Bucks plus 2.5.
Okay.
I will take you to dinner with that money I made off of your Bears losing.
I hate you.
Safe travels. Now let's do Ashley's Pick 6 results. So we did lose the Cowboys and Giants game. Sadly, it was 40-37 in overtime, and we lost that spread by 1.5 points. But we did win with the Lions and the Bears. The Bears only putting up 21. The Lions putting up 52 points. Crazy. We won that by plenty with the spread being 5.5 points. So got the dub on that one. The Jets did not disappoint by disappointing. The Bills end up covering the spread easily by 20 points. So 6.5 or 6 didn't really make a difference if that's how you got your spread. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers, though, very disappointed. Unfortunately, they lost at home 17-31. Seahawks pulled out the win there, which meant it was a loss for us. The Panthers at Cardinals game. The Cardinals end up getting the loss by 1.5 points. They win, but they didn't cover, so they did not spread them, sadly. We do have one more matchup for tonight's game. We have 7 p.m. Eastern. The Houston Texans are going to be hosting the Bucks. We took the Bucks at plus 2.5, hoping that we can get the W on this one, and I will review what the results of this matchup on Thursday's episode. So don't forget to watch, like, subscribe, leave comments, and most importantly, don't forget to spread them.
The money keeps calling my name. Dollar signs make you sing.